I needed to have to say that. You removed it for me.
On a similar note, how about Llanfair people can go to HLW.IC?
English language.
For two reasons. One, it's in Wales, and two, it's a made up place name. They made up that name to be the longest place name in the world, so that they would get more tourists to it. Because of course, that's suddenly gone on my bucket list now.
Nigel Farage.
The continent, because then we wouldn't need to speak anything other than English.
Bravo, sir. Okay, on the flip side of that, you get now the opportunity to christen a new word for something that doesn't currently have a word to explain it. What needs a word to explain it?
The last few times I've done this, it's been a lot more easy to come up with. Pretty high level.
Oh, we need a word for when you eat Weetabix and it goes all sludgy, right? The word, so there used to be a radio DJ called Suggs. So I had a word with my friend. Suggs was the word for sloppy Weetabix. But like, anyway, we need sloppy Weetabix. You know, like when it gets all, takes over all the milk, and I love it when it's like that. Some people hate it.
It's the Suggs of the Weetabix.
It's the Suggs. Yeah. Anyway,
It's
we need
the
Suggs.
It's the Suggs of breakfast.
Yeah.
There's a book by Douglas Adams and John Lloyd called The Meaning of Life, and it's all different definitions for things that don't currently have a definition for them. And I'm trying to think of one, but the only one I can remember is the rude one, which is wet wang, which means a slightly moist penis.
That's exactly what it means.
I don't know why I started. Do you think my voice suddenly turned a little bit Brian Cox at the end? A slightly moist penis. Professor Brian speaks.
There probably is a word for this. Belly button stuff.
Today it was very hot and I was wearing a jacket, and you know when you get a bit of sweat and you get sweat in the small of your back and it runs down between your I think that should be, instead of rivulet, it should be called arselet. that little trickle that goes down.
This has given me all kind of mental things I can really do without on a Thursday evening, but thank you very much. Okay, next question. What simply is the best language?
Oh. Where do you want me to start? Okay. Oh, it's such a difficult decision. Okay, it's a really hard decision between Georgian and Tar. Which one am I going to go for?
The agony of choice.
Agony!
I think that choice.
Yeah,
Always
choice
struggle
between
with
Georgian and Tar is so hard. Anyway, maybe I'll go with Georgian because I know it better. Okay, so Georgian is the fucking best thing ever. Anyway, so what is good about Georgian? It's got its own beautiful alphabet for starters, so it's nice to look at. And then it's got some really cool sounds, which are called ejective consonants, which you don't get in Europe, near Europe. They're usually in Latin America sometimes, in Africa. So the sounds are and which are just awesome. And also usually they have really, really long consonant clusters, so you have words like which means you're ripping us off. And it's just got so much. I'm going to be here for half an hour. Anyway, it's just got the best grammar ever. It has specific. So it has 13 tenses or so, which is not compared to English, it's kind of similar. But it's each tense has got its own. The best tense is they've got a special tense for making toasts. So it's may we be friends forever or something. You have to say that in the toast tense. And then it's for toasts, but it's also for curses, but only curses made by old women who can't back up their curse with some action. So if you're a young man or something and you're cursing, you won't curse with a toast because you'll actually fuck them up. Whereas if you're an old woman, you're just may you burn in hell or something using a toast. So it's like a negative toast. Anyway, Georgian's just great. Thank you.
Slightly reminiscent of the time my dad and I were walking through Paris and he cut someone up or something and they shouted after him, "Enculez-vous!" And he said, "You notice, son, they're telling me to go fuck myself, but they're using the polite form of you." I'm going to have to nominate British Sign Language. My partner's mother is profoundly deaf, and she does speak British Sign Language. There's loads of good stuff about sign language because it actually has lots of accents in it. So in one part of the country, going for a walk might be that, and in another part of the country, going for a walk might be that. But I said to Noel, so you speak British Sign Language? You know how, oh, this is another one. Beautiful. I don't believe you. Does that? So I said to Noel, oh, so you know British Sign Language? He said, no. I said, well, you don't talk to your mum. He said, well, I'd have to spell everything out. I said, why didn't you learn sign language, you lazy thing? He said, well, I wanted to, but she wouldn't teach us kids sign language because she wanted to keep her conversations between her and her deaf friends private. I want you to consider the fucked up psychology of that, just for a moment. So I'm going to nominate British Sign Language.
Swedish, because without it, IKEA would be more of a fucking nightmare than it already is.
Best language is the language of love. Because it has some very interesting tenses, prepositions, propositions, and some very interesting sounds, which include and
You're a master of that tongue, aren't you, David?
Once again, if someone could kindly poke out my mind's eye, that would be greatly appreciated. But that leads me on quite nicely to, gentlemen, your best chat-up line, please. That's brilliant. That will work every time.
Actually, that's genuinely how it plays out in most situations. So yeah, just general complexment. Anyone else?
I think the problem is you can't really have one shut-up line. You just need like a sequence, so they don't have a chance to think about it, and then eventually like so you can go like so like, did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Are you tired? Because you've been running through my mind. And then just keep on going like that, and then they can't run away. It's like, he's still talking to me. So that usually keeps them around for longer than the other ones.
Sort of Gatling gun approach to dating, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The only one I can think of is it's based on the blind date. What vegetable would you be? It's true, and I would be broccoli. I'd be broccoli because you might not like me, but I could be good for you. Hey. So my partner of 18 years is sitting in the back. Hey, and that's why we stay together, because I'm incapable of attracting anybody else. No. The wounded look on his face. Of course not.
A chat-up line, as we know, chat-up lines are awful things. So I never use them. I just drive my Rolls Royce around.
Very slowly with the door half open.
Yeah.
Your Rolls Royce is wanted in various parts of the London.
Oh, of course. Does this taste of Rohypnol to you?
Have you seen that nail polish that you can get that reacts with drugs, so you can tell if you've been roofied? I love that.
It's brand new.
Well, ideally you want to find that out before you actually drink it.
Yeah, but it's no good for guys with OCD because you go, right, well, I'm not drinking that, it's on my fingers.
Depends where they've been as well.
Yeah.
Favourite insult and line?
I mean, she would have just come back from the toilet, wouldn't she? What do you think of that? And he would think, we don't know. So, what a disgusting thought. I don't do it.
Favourite insult or that you've given or received? It's much easier when you're asking questions.
I got by a big issue seller at the age of 12. I generally just walked past the big issue seller and he said, "You wouldn't want one, would you, you specky-eyed fuck?" And at the age of 12, so that's character building.
I've noticed how this bit of the show's only got very swearing, hasn't it?
Yeah, sorry, I apologise.
No, I'll do some Shakespeare to bring it up. This is from Midsummer Night's Dream. He's having Lysander's having a go at the woman that he's dragged off into the middle of a forest because he loves her so much. And he's given her a love potion to fall out of love with her and in love with somebody else. And he says, he calls her, she's quite short, so he calls her a minimus of hindering not grass made. You bead, you acorn. And that's it. That's Shakespeare. It's crap, isn't it? He's not as good as he makes out.
Never insulted?
Oh, we were talking earlier about, because over there is Charles Dickens' old office, and he went to America, and he came back and he published a book about his travels in America, and in the book, the whole thing was intended to slag off American English and how they bastardised and butchered the English language. And the book was so popular that all these new American words suddenly became part of the English language anyway, and we use them every day without really thinking about it. Words like pedestrian is one. Sorry, buying me some thinking time.
We've got an insult over here.
Oh,
What's your one?
Oh, I've been called bus wanker. I'm waiting for the bus. I was waiting at the bus stop. Somebody drives and yells bus wankers.
is that higher or lower than a pedestrian wanker? Where does it fit with a car wanker?
I just found it funny because it's from In-Betweeners. So I was just like, somebody.
Would you have made it come quicker as well?
No,
It takes so long to cut. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, like, you know those things about like which vegetable would you be, which number would you be, which letter would you be. So a friend of mine told me that he thought that I would be, that the letter I would be the letter G. But he said like a crap G, like a sort of really awkward capital G. Yeah.
In Comic Sans.
Windy.
I just remember the worst insult I ever had. When I do stand-up, I do quite a lot about being gay. And so I'm gay. About 20 minutes of being gay. And then at the end of it, I was walking through the car park out of it, and someone shouted at me, "Bender!" And I was like, yes, I know, I've just spent 20 minutes.
When I was at school, my headmaster said to me, he said, look, there is no shame, because I wasn't very good at school. I was a late developer, that's my excuse. So I was pretty rubbish at school. Because of my stammer, I didn't get involved. I was hiding at the back, not making eye contact. And so I didn't do very well. And my headmaster, he said to me, he said, look, there is no shame. We just had our exam results, and he said, there is no shame in being average. But if you work very hard, you can achieve that.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for our panel. Hold fire just a sec, as we are now going to cast our audience vote, so get ready with your clapping hands for who you like best. First of all, let's go for a round of applause for Owen. And for Stash. And for Ian. And for David. What? I missed something entirely, didn't I? I'm declaring the winner, Ian Hawkins.
Okay.
Ian, there is no prize, you win our respect. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's quite enough from me. I'm going to hand you back to your host for the evening, Sabrina.
Thanks so much for coming tonight, guys. Been a pleasure to see you, talk to you, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed it? Yeah. No, a bit louder, please. So I want to thank you for coming again, and we've got another one in at the end of September, and I really hope that you'll be able to make that one as well. I would really appreciate it if I could get your feedback for tonight. I've got some forms ready, just so we can make the next ones even better and include any topics that you're interested in as well. So thanks very much. Bye.
English guy running to France. Yeah, exactly. He goes to France and he's running the wrong side of the road, and he keeps on like shooting everybody.
If you want to stay and chat,
Remember any of them?
Really an amateur. I'm not a researcher or anything, but I was really fascinated with linguistics. I was at one stage considering doing it.
Well done, sir.
No,
simple, you didn't need to.
So, I'm a linguist by passion rather than
Also, yes, I remember that episode well. I just, the other fancy pairs.
The fact that it's actually in English dictionary or comedy show. I think, yeah.
It's weird, there are some that have words make their way on in. Like there was a sketch on Not the Line of Commute where they were talking about orangutans and they referred to it as a flange of orangutans. Yeah, and next thing you know, it's popping up in scientific things. They're being described as a flange of orangutans. And they've just made its way on in purely through the shows.
One thing that I would say about British culture is that in terms of how complicated language is, it is a simple language which
In the emoticons, I reckon that it won't be long before we actually get into the emoticons.
still a fully fledged language because of the subconscious and it has a strict grammar and all that incredible words. It's just there's a range of stuff so there's not any emotion I do, but it's just there's nothing really concrete to say about it.
I don't know. So I don't hear anywhere near as much of it as I used to. Not that, well, maybe I was particularly, maybe I was a really abusive child. True. Oh yeah, it's still within the vernacular just about. But I don't think it is much in common usage when you've got
Well, it's interesting you start that topic. So where
You solve them with you're saying like I fuck you and they call you stupid at the same time. You don't even know how I'm talking. It's like a double insult right there.
Originated with a really good way of
It's a deflection tactic as well. If they're there trying to figure it out, you can make your own equivalent.
a comparison can be made with things like different species. One species of you can just throw on the tree. Now, if there's not so much in large things like plants and animals, but in you have some horizontal transmission, where one bacteria can just have a piece of DNA float into another bacteria. And so in that sense, language, the way language changes, it's actually more like the way that bacteria. Because there's also, you can just grab, you just DNA like floats into the cell. You can have words and grammar. Well, I mean, afterwards you have French and English. That's not the sort of cousin relationship is way more distant than the horizontal relationship is just English has been taking words from French. So in that respect, if you have that very, very heavily, it becomes very difficult to mean and also much less meaningful to construct a trip. And in the case of, apart from the fact that places like the Amazon are even less well analysed than like Europe, there's quite. I mean, I don't know about Amazon in particular. I've looked at historical linguistics of like Europe and of sort of Melanesia and Polynesia and around there more than that, and a little bit of of Africa, not much of
What
I imagine that it might be quite hard to place it in a family simply because there will be so much washing into each other that it won't really make sense anymore to construct a tree. Or it barely makes sense anymore to construct a tree.
But surely hero is in the same group as a lot of the other Amerindian languages. Surely they
I'm trying to remember about Amerindian languages as well, I can't remember. So, nice.
We're going to head off and take care.
I'll see you.
See you on Thursday. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, Amerindian.
No, a lot of very.
I've never seen, you know what,
Well, that early
It's my childhood. Or rather than my early teens.
That's fine.
So a lot of it's believed that I got this from
Oh, Jared Diamond.
Jared Diamond.
Yeah. So there's this guy called Luigi Luca Valley Sorcerer, who's like a giant in the field of both of genetics, sort of archaeology, and in the field of language evolution. He's maybe 80 and he's contributed so much to the field. And I just knew about him and I respected him really before reading him, but when I read him I realised that he's very optimistic in how much he feels that this stuff could be analysed. The general feeling is that you're feeling in the field is it's not so clear, and there are just more limitations on the knowledge than that. It's kind of like you can't really tell.